Hello, welcome to the Step by Step podcast with me, Karen Wahongo. I'm very excited to be here today. This has been a long time coming. I've been planning to start this podcast for quite a while now, so I'm so happy that I finally get to start. It's my pleasure and it's an absolute honor to have you listen to me today. And for those who are watching as well, I'm so happy. I hope that you enjoy this episode and you tune in every time I upload a new episode. So, to start this journey, I researched or Googled a couple of questions, and hopefully, when I am done answering them, you'll be able to have a good feel of who I am as a person, what I stand for, and what this podcast will be about. So, the first question is: who are you? Who am I? Karen is a very passionate person. I think if there is a word that best describes who I am as a person, it would be passionate. I go very hard for the things that I believe in. I tend to feel quite deeply about the things that I love. And when I'm doing something, I am all in. I'm also very interested in learning and growing every day. So, definitely, I love new experiences. I love a good opportunity to grow and sharpen my skills in everything that I do. I'm also quite strong willed. Whatever I set out to do, I ensure I do whatever it takes to accomplish it. The second question is: what keeps you grounded? Definitely, for me, that's faith and family. I grew up in a strong faith based family, if I would say. So, faith has always been an integral part of my life and everything that I do. Through my experiences and of those around me as well, I've been able to see the power of faith and God. So, faith for me is just that daily reminder about the things that really matter: love, kindness, self control, and many other nice things. The love and assurance of family is everything for me. Um, I grew up in a close knit family, so everything that I do is inspired by my family and most especially my parents. The third question is: you are happiest when? I'm happiest when my parents are healthy, happy, proud. I just love seeing my parents happy, and I hope that I will be here many more years to make them proud and happy and just to ensure they have everything that they need. I also love new experiences, so trying out new food. I love cooking, so when I try out new recipes and they work out well, that gives me a lot of joy as well. And definitely also when I am in love, I really love being in love, being loved, everything. So love for me is a beautiful thing. The fourth question is: what do I do? I'm an advocate by training. Law for me was a dream I had since I was a child. So I feel very privileged and I'm very grateful to God that I get to do what I love. And closely related to that is also a keen interest in journalism and human rights advocacy. The motivation to do law for me, even when I was a child, was to be able to advance the human rights cause. And I believe journalism is a great platform where I can advance the cause. So the intersection of those two professions is ideally what I love to do. And hopefully, I'll be able to use this platform to advance these causes even further. The next question is: what are my hobbies? I work an 8 to 5 job, so mostly during the week, I'm too tired to do anything when I get home. But probably during the weekends, I try to do those things that make me happy. I haven't been very intentional about those things. I think the last year I was quite busy at work, but this year I have promised myself to be very intentional and very present to enjoy those things that make me happy. For me, that is writing. I love writing. I've been passionate about writing since I was younger, both creatively and on issues that I think really matter. I love traveling. Traveling for me gives me a good perspective about life. It sharpens my understanding about so many things, get to experience new culture, language, how people interact quite differently. And it's quite interesting to see that as a person, you're a very tiny, tiny bit of like a very big puzzle. So traveling for me is definitely amazing. I hope I'll be able to travel more this year. The next question is, why a podcast and why now? I have always been very passionate about having a platform where I can use my voice to be a positive impact to my society. So I feel very privileged and I'm very happy to be here today and be able to have a platform where I can do that. At some point, I wanted to have a radio job, which is something that I'm still open to. But I think a podcast is even better since I get to do it on my own terms and really focus on those conversations that I think are important. A podcast to me is a platform where I can have meaningful conversations about the things that matter, conversations that I hope will create awareness, will bring healing, will inspire people to want to do more and be more for themselves, for those around them, and for the society in general. The next question is, what should one expect from this podcast? I will be speaking to a wide range of issues, from awareness on mental health issues and reproductive health issues to love and relationships, everyday experiences, healing from trauma, growth, and many other things. Generally, just conversations that encourage people to desire to grow every day and to become better people every day. The next question is, who is someone you look up to? There are very many people that I look up to. I think it would be a bit cliche to say my dad, but definitely my dad. My dad is a great inspiration for me. He's the strongest person I know, and I love him so much and I look up to him. But if there's someone else, I would say Lauren Lake. She was previously on paternity court, and I love her not just because we're in the same field of law or that she's a strong Black woman. I love her because of how she carries herself with such grace and class. I love how she handles issues. Paternity court is quite sensitive since it deals with family and a lot of such things. So I love how she's very sensitive, like she hits you with the truth, but in a way that is very sensitive, caring, and what she stands for as well, the family values and all those nice things, morality. I love her. In terms of a brand, I would say that I would hope one day my brand would be somewhat like Sherry or Steve Harvey, a positive brand that people associate with a lot of positivity and growth. I hope that this podcast will be a space where people will come to feel understood, to feel like they're equipped with the tools that they need to navigate in life in whatever journey that they're in. The next question is, who is my favorite artist? I have a number of artists that I love, both locally and globally. But if I was to say one person top of my list, I would say Japriza. He's amazing. I love the rich African sound. He sings in Shona, which is one of the languages in Zimbabwe. So half of the time, sometimes I don't even understand what the songs say. But they say music is a universal language. So I love him. I love the sound. I love how versatile he is. I love him. I think you should check him out. The final question is, what would you hope to achieve through this podcast? I think that's a heavy question, but I think through the other questions that I've answered, I've been able to understand what I'm passionate about and what I would like to inspire people to do here. But generally, I would say I hope that through this podcast, people will feel more understood. They will feel a sense of family, that they are not alone in this journey, whatever journey that is, whether it is faith, whether it is career, personal relationships, all those things, that you're able to feel understood, accepted, and you're inspired to want to do more for yourself and grow every day. I'm all about learning, growing every day, and just being positive about it. I am very, very passionate about mental health. So I hope that this space will be a go to for a lot of mental health issues. I hope to speak to my own personal experiences, those around me, and experts in different fields about certain things. My favorite podcasts, I have a number. The Basement. It's really awesome. I really love it. Locally, I think there's some pretty amazing podcasts as well. I love TMI. Yeah, I think what attracts me to a podcast or what makes me want to listen is feeling like people are living their truth and just being very free and doing what they love, which is what I would hope to achieve. So there are many, some seem to escape my mind, but from the top of my head, I would say those two. Podcasting to me is an opportunity to be a positive impact to my society. I think now more than ever, we are very, how can I say? Like social media is such a big part of our lives. And there's so much that people are exposed to and so much that people follow and look at. And I don't think that all those things are always very productive. So I would hope that I would use this social media age to make a positive impact in my society, ensure that people listen to the things that are really important. That's it for this episode. I hope you tune in every time I upload an episode. For more information about this podcast, kindly tune in to all my social media handles on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook as well. Step by Step Podcast. Thank you.